Hey beautiful, welcome back to my tarot channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Roya. I'm an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. Now my dear, hope you're having an amazing day and everything's going fine with you. If today's not the best day, I'm sending you tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now, guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading is all about a channeled letter from your future self. Now, as you can see, I already prepared the channeled letters right here, and yeah, in a few seconds, we're gonna dive into them for every niche pile. But before that, of course, as always, I would like you guys to choose one card, or excuse me, one pile to be more specific. And as always, I have cards and crystals for you guys. So this is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is gonna be pile 3. As always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comments section. And as always, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey pal one, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, what channeled letter do we have for you from your future self? What's coming for you? What do you need to know? What would they like to share with you? Now, I will read your letter in a second, and if I feel like we may need some clarification regarding certain messages, I may get some tarot cards for you guys, but only if needed. So yeah, let's start. Let's see what messages your future self has for you. Alright, so I will read the letter for you guys. Pile 1. I am so grateful. For such a long time, I've lived life in survival mode. I was not able to enjoy a simple day because fearful thoughts were holding me back. What will happen tomorrow? Will it be okay? Will I be okay? These thoughts were always there. That's why I am so grateful now. The negative thoughts do not control me anymore. I'm not living a life led with fear. I'm living a life led with love. I feel free and uplifted, better than I have in such a long time. I am grateful for myself because I've been my greatest supporter, my greatest cheerleader. I love myself. I love life. There is beauty all around me. There is safety all around me. All right, so let's go through the messages together. First of all, I have to point out that this energy of gratitude, my dear pile 1, is definitely pretty strong in this pile. So one thing that I can definitely say for you guys is your future self is definitely sharing with you here that the life that they're living is one in which gratitude is the leading energy. And I've said this before and I will say it over and over again. We should never ever underestimate the power that gratitude has, because it truly is a superpower and it raises our vibration. It can truly create miracles for us. Now, going back to the letter, so it starts with I am so grateful For such a long time, I've lived life in survival mode. I was not able to enjoy a simple day because fearful thinking was holding me back. And then your future self goes on with examples, what kind of fearful thoughts they are talking about, such as what will happen tomorrow, will I be okay, will it be okay, these negative thoughts. And one thing I really feel like your future self is trying to share here with you is that they are in a much more better place. I feel like peace, which is, by the way, you guys, this is so interesting. Look at that. You got the chanting card, right? And I chose all the cards pretty randomly for every in each pile. However, the kind of piece that we can see honestly in this beautiful illustration is one that I also feel very deeply in your letter. So I really feel like your future self has moved away from the survival mode and from the overthinking, the negative thinking, into a much more peaceful and grounded state. It's kind of like going for survival mode to grounded mode, I'm hearing. They could have maybe asked for help, okay? Your future self, maybe they even went to see help regarding that. Maybe they also did a lot of exercises, maybe certain techniques to help them, be much more centered and balanced and grounded. But I really feel like things do not shake your future self as easy as maybe they used to. And hey, maybe you're watching this reading right now and you are resonating with this survival mode. Maybe you do feel like you're very often in survival mode, or you find yourself very often in overthinking a lot or always having negative thoughts around you. So what I can see is that your future self, you have been putting a lot of, truly a lot of energy into this process. And it is so beautiful to see that your future self is sharing with us that the energy, the work, the process into investing in their well being, it's going to be worth it and it's going to be very profitable. So, yeah, your future self is definitely, you could say, sharing a small success. Well, not small, actually, a very big success with us here regarding their, yeah, an inner state here. Now, moving on, the next messages your future self is sharing with us is, that's why I am so grateful now. The negative thoughts do not control me anymore. Yes, absolutely. That was what I felt. And it's also being emphasized in here once again. Continuing, I am not living a life led with fear. I am living a life led with love. This is very interesting. Maybe you're watching this right now and you understand completely what your future self is talking about. Maybe you find yourself sometimes leading life with fear, or fear holding you back, or fear, yeah, kind of sabotaging you and sabotaging your life. I really feel like your future self is sharing here with us that they don't have any room for that anymore. And I'm hearing I'm tired. It's kind of like your future self is tired with all the times that fear was controlling their life and they never want to go back. This is what I'm hearing. I never want to go back. And this is why they are very mindful, and love is much stronger than fear. I know sometimes it may not feel like this because our fears feel like the strongest things in the world, but love is an energy, is a vibration, a frequency that frees us. It's literally the ultimate form of freedom, and it's so beautiful to see that your future self is not allowing fear anymore to control them, and that they're leading a life with love. And I know it's not written in here, but well, actually it is. I like later on, your future self says, "I love myself." Yeah, I was about to say that this phrase, "I'm living life led with love," even though they're not saying it, but for me it felt like a lot of self-love. But later on, your future self will give us actually the confirmation. So yeah, that's interesting. Now, continuing with the letter, I feel free and uplifted, better than I have in such a long time. Yeah, I really feel like your future self is living a very high vibrational life. This is what I'm getting in here, and it's very, very powerful, my dear Palawan. It is very powerful. I am grateful for myself because I've been my greatest supporter, my greatest cheerleader. I love myself, I love life. I really feel like, also looking into the future energy in here, your relationship to yourself, my dear Palawan, will grow in importance more and more. And this is something that I really would like to emphasize. It's so important, right? The whole world, everything around us gets shaped. Some people may even say is like a mirror when it comes to our internal state, and the most important relationship we could ever have is with ourself. And I honestly see that your future self is not only aware of this, but they're honoring that. They're honoring themselves, and it is so beautiful to see. I don't know how far you are right now when it comes to your self love journey, because I'm not receiving any messages regarding that. We're focusing here about your future self. But if you are right now on the journey and you are having a self love journey, then what I can say is definitely for you to, yeah, keep going, because you are heading towards such a wonderful place. And it is so beautiful to see how full we can feel when we glow with our own love, right? Now, at the end of the letter, your future self says, "There is beauty all around me, there is safety all around me." Beautiful. Such a beautiful message, you guys. Yes, beauty. Sometimes when we're living in fear, or sometimes when our energies are in balance, it can be a little bit difficult for us to see the beauty around us in ourselves. And yeah, sometimes chaos can truly keep our eyes closed. And what I'm feeling here is that there is no place for chaos in your future self's life. They're not tolerating it, and in fact, their eyes are wide open, and your future self is appreciating all kinds of beauty around them, and I'm even getting within them. I know it's not written in the letter, but still, this is a message that I'm receiving, and I need to share. Beauty is definitely a big part of your future self's life, and yeah, it's beautiful to see that your future self is at a point in their life in which, and excuse me, at a place in their life in which they can appreciate it and enjoy it to the fullest. And of course, at the end, it says there is safety all around me. Safety is so, so important. And in the beginning of the letter, it's starting off with like survival mode, and then it's ending with safety. So this is beautiful because it's kind of like your future self is sharing with us here how they have, yeah, went away, or they've turned the survival mode, better to say, into the safety for them. So I really, really feel like this feeling of security and safety is something that it is so important in the future for your future self, and I'm hearing it's a non-negotiable. There is nothing more important than feeling secure, and this is something which your future self is definitely embodying here and sharing with us. Wow. Overall, your letter, my dear Palawan, is energetically speaking very, very high, and it is so beautiful to witness. I really feel like every single message in this reading here has a place and has a reason as for why your future self is sharing it with you. They want to show you that things are getting better. And yes, sometimes when we're stuck in a situation, it can be very difficult to, yeah, believe that things will get better, but they will. And it feels very, I would say, hopeful. It's kind of like your future self, whatever you're going through in life, even if you're just having a bad day, your future self wants you to be hopeful about the future and about the kind of life you can create for yourself, because I'm hearing you deserve abundance, you deserve safety, and you deserve beauty in your life. And they never want you to forget that. Wow, this is such a beautiful letter. I love, love, love it, you guys. Ooh, okay, so my dear Palawan, this is all I have for you guys for today. If you, my dear, would like to claim this energy as yours, let's go with a let's go with purple hearts. Drop a purple heart in the comment section below if you would like to claim this energy as yours. As always, if you haven't, I also invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you do, my dear, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload any pick a card or candle wax reading. And my dear, as always, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal one, take care, my dear. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, what channeled letter do we have for you from your future self? What do you need to know? What's coming for you? Now, first of all, my dear, I would like to read your letter, and if we need any clarifications for certain messages, I may get you guys some tarot cards, but only if needed. So let's open your letter and let's read it together. Pile 2. I am inspired. I am so inspired by life. There is so much beauty out there. There is so much beauty within me, and I'm experiencing it all. I will never go back to living a small life. I am unapologetically expressing myself without fear, without shame, without guilt. Only with love. I am not competing with anyone. I don't need to compete with anyone. I am not comparing my beautiful life to anyone else's. Instead, I celebrate. I celebrate life. I celebrate love. I celebrate myself. I am so grateful for all the beautiful people I call my friends and loved ones. I am so grateful for their support. I am truly blessed. Well, a lot of I ams, that's for sure. So, my dear, let's go through the letter together, and yeah, let's see what messages we can find in here. So, the first thing, my dear, I would like to start with here is, of course, this element of inspiration, which your future self first starts with, right? We're starting off the letter with, I am inspired. I am so inspired by life. This is such a beautiful, high vibrational energy to start with, honestly. One of the most beautiful, I would say, what is the English word? One of the most, states, yeah. One of the most beautiful states a person can be in is in their inspiration. And I truly feel like your future self is living a life that truly resonates with them because it is so inspiring. And your future self, they continue with, there is so much beauty out there, there is so much beauty within me, and I'm experiencing it all. So this is such a positive and such a uplifting energy to be in. So beauty is always around us one way or another, and beauty is always within us one way or another, but sometimes we can be blind to it because of other things happening in our life, right? I mean, if we're so stressed out and if there's so much happening, we may not see the beauty that is already there. We may overlook it. So, what I really feel is that your future self is at a great place in their life, and there is love, carefree energy coming forward. That's something I would like to express here as well. By the way, some of you guys could have also been drawn to Pal 1. If this is the case, then feel free to watch it. If not, then as always, just stick with this one here. But I really feel like this element of beauty is something which is, it brings so much fulfillment. Beauty is something very personal. At the same time, there is beauty everywhere. We see beauty in nature, we see beauty in other people and different beings. We can see it within ourselves as well. And it is such a beautiful message for you to receive and hear that your future self is, yeah, experiencing this beauty to the fullest. For some of you guys, I know it is not written in the letter, but still, this is something I'm getting here. This beauty could also be physical beauty. So, for some of you guys, maybe you're trying to work towards a certain goal. You know, you may have certain, yeah, goals regarding your physical beauty. And if this resonates with you, I really feel like your future self is also, yeah, hinting towards that when it comes to their physical beauty, they are, I'm hearing, very, very happy with how they are expressing that. Now, moving on with the letter, it says, I will never go back to living a small life. I am unapologetically expressing myself without fear, without shame, without guilt, only with love. So, wow, yeah, definitely very powerful and strong words here. We're starting off with, I will never go back to living a small life. I am unapologetically expressing myself. Yeah, sometimes we may hold back, right? We may hold back when it comes to our wishes, our dreams, our thoughts, our opinion, anything really, because of other people. Maybe we feel like we are intimidating. We may even fear their response, right? And yeah, the letter even continues to say, right, without fear, without shame, without guilt. Many people may have experienced that, right? That whenever they express themselves somehow, they were actually met with fear, guilt, or shame. And this may this may hold them back. And this is so interesting. While I was reading this sentence where your future self says, I will never go back to living a small life, I actually saw a small box. It was almost like this fear, the shame, the guilt, regarding expressing yourself, this power that other people have on you. It is holding you not only in a small life, but in a small box. And there is so much potential in you that's going to waste. There are so many dreams and wishes that would love to come forward. But those negative feelings, yeah, they can be very intimidating to us, right? Other people and their judgment can also be very intimidating. But what your future self is sharing with us here is there is no place for that anymore in their life, because prioritizing other people's judgment means saying no to themselves and playing small, and as your future self says, living a small life, and they don't want to subscribe to that. As your future self also says, they're only, yeah, wow, only expressing themselves with love. Love is such a great force, and love can truly, yeah, overpower fear, guilt, and shame. And I feel like this self love that is coming forward, no one can tell you otherwise. No one can shame you, guilt you, or, yeah, put this negative judgment on you when you are full of self love, and when you know who you are, when you know what you deserve, and when you don't settle for anything less than that. And expressing ourselves is so, so important, my dear, on so many levels, even energetically. And I see you prioritizing that over other people's opinions. And yeah, I'm definitely, once again, I'm hearing unapologetically. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense that it's also mentioned in the letter. Now, continuing with the letter, it says, I am not competing with anyone. I don't need to compete with anyone. I am not comparing my beautiful life to anyone else's. Maybe you have experienced very often in your life that comparing yourself to others has not been an inspiring thing, but has made you feel very bad about yourself and about your life. Because sometimes looking at other people's lives can actually be very inspiring. You know, it can be very motivating, and it can be such a beautiful thing to see how far other people have come with whatever it is that we desire. And it can make us also excited about, you know, the possibility that we could also get there. However, sometimes comparing or looking at other people, it may have the complete opposite effect, right? It may, in fact, take our motivation away, make us feel very bad, and yeah, make us even doubt ourselves. And I really feel like this is what your future self here is talking about. The fact that, yeah, as they say, I'm not comparing my beautiful life to anyone else's. Everyone experiencing life differently. We all have different journeys and a different story. None of us has lived the same life, and therefore it's actually not that, yeah, I would say, understanding to compare each other, because you cannot compare one life to another because they're totally different lives. The same way that you cannot compare, I don't know, an apple to a banana, right? Totally two different fruits. And your future self is, I'm hearing, very mindful of their energy. They're not wasting their energy on things that are not serving them. So, unless a comparison would be inspiring, it's not even happening. And it's so beautiful that your future self actually says, I'm not comparing my beautiful life. So, this is so beautiful because very often we may feel like when we lack something, like when we compare our life to someone else's and they have something that we don't have, that makes our life less valuable, or like not as beautiful, better to say. But your future self is so yeah, is wonderfully actually expressing that, no, I have a beautiful life. And even if it doesn't look like the next person's life, that's okay. It doesn't make my life any less beautiful. And I love this message so, so much. It is truly such a inspiring message, that's for sure. Now, we're moving on. The letter says, instead, I celebrate. I celebrate life. I celebrate myself. I celebrate love. Wow, absolutely. There are so many things that keep us down, such as negative comparison. Instead of that, your future self celebrates. They do something that is high vibrational. They do something that fills them with joy and abundance and love. And this is so beautiful. It's almost like an alchemist turning something which may be one form into something else. And in this case, it is all about going from comparing, putting your energy into that, to celebrating, putting your energy into something that is actually high vibrational, that lifts you up instead of putting you down. And wow, yeah, your future self is definitely very mindful regarding what puts them down, what is good to them, what makes them feel great and all that. And I feel like they very consciously surround themselves with the things that give them positive energy rather than the things that are giving them negative energy. And yeah, the letter also says, I am so grateful for all the beautiful people I call my friends and loved ones. I am so grateful for their support. That's wonderful. And you know what's so interesting? This card says, I am so grateful for all the beautiful people I call my friends and loved ones, right? And look at this. You guys, I chose these cards all randomly, but I love that they're actually making so much sense here, because look at that. Spend time with friends. And yeah, I really feel like your future self is surrounded by truly people who they have heart to heart connections with, and truly people who are healthy for them, who are just, yeah, honestly a blessing. And for some of you guys, your future self could even have like platonic soulmates in their life who they call friends, or even soul family, which is, it is so great. Oh my goodness. And I feel like when it comes to these friendships, one thing I would like to share here about it, which is very or extremely important, is the fact that authenticity is playing a huge role in here. I really feel like your future self, with their friends, with their loved ones, they can just be who they are. They don't have to hold back, they don't have to think twice whether this or that they're interested in, or something they say, whether it's gonna be taken the wrong way. Absolutely not. There is love, understanding, and love in this space, and this means so, so much. Your future self truly feels seen and heard, and this is so valuable, so, so valuable. And yeah, we're ending the card, the letter actually, with I am truly blessed. And yeah, I couldn't have said it better, honestly. This reading feels very, very blessed. And alone the fact that your future self has people that they feel so connected to is already such a blessing for a person in their life. And wow, I truly feel like your future self is sharing so, so much love with us. I don't know about you, but I definitely feel the love already. And it's such a great thing to get a glimpse, into this space in their life. And I really feel like this reading is supposed to inspire you, my dear pal, too, as well. Yeah, inspire you and give you love. This is really something that I'm deeply feeling regarding this letter and regarding this reading for you. Now, my dear pal, too, this is all I have for you guys for today. This is all we have with your letter. Now, if you would like to claim this energy as yours, let's go with a green emoji. Drop any green emoji, such as a green heart, in the comment section below if you would like to claim this energy as yours. As always, my dear, if you haven't, I also invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you do, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload and you pick a card or candle wax reading. And my dear, as always, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal too. Take care, my dear. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, what messages does your future self have for you? What can we get? What do you need to know? Let's look into the 10th letter. Now, my dear, first of all, I would like to say that if we need any clarification, I may get you guys some tarot cards, but only if needed. Otherwise, the 10th letter will be enough. Now, let's read it, shall we? All right, so pile 3, let's see. I am filled with love. I am filled with life. I feel so fortunate to live a life filled with joy, passion, and excitement. Spending time doing the things I love truly makes me feel blessed. Healing my inner child and connecting with them has been one of the most empowering and healing things I've ever done for myself. I love bringing the ideas in my mind to life and sharing them with the world. Expressing myself is so important to me. Even if life becomes difficult, the storm cannot touch me because I always create a safe space for myself, which keeps me grounded. I am attracting abundance into my life, and I'm enjoying life to the fullest. High vibration only. This is so, so sweet. Now let's go through the letter and let's see what we get. Let's go through message. First of all, my dear, we're starting the letter off with I am filled with love. I am filled with life. Yeah, so, so high vibrational. I mean, I don't really feel like I need to say anything more about it. It's truly understanding. I truly feel like your future self is living a life that is full with love and it feels very energetic. Your future self has a lot of energy, that's for sure. And I'm even hearing like energy ball. So they may feel like they are like this energy ball that is bursting with, yeah, so much love and so much light, which such a wonderful way to start this reading with. Now, continuing the letter, it says, I feel so fortunate to live a life filled with joy, passion, and excitement. Yeah, joy, passion, excitement. Once again, such high vibrational energies. I truly feel like your future self is living a life which is all about doing things that they love. Even when it comes to the more serious things, such as maybe work, they could be doing something that fills them with a lot of passion, something they truly love to do, not just something so they can, earn the money to live, but something that makes sense to them. This is what I feel here. So, yeah, and it even feels like your future self has quite a lot of freedom to spend time doing things that like they also quite enjoy, such as hobbies. Your future self's energy doesn't feel like too busy, but it feels very, let me see what's the right word here. How can I explain it? I would say light. Yeah, light. That's a better way. Their energy feels very light, and it feels like this lightness is coming from, not having so much heavy energy around. The letter also says spending time doing things. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, okay. The letter is confirming it. The letter says spending time doing the things I love truly makes me feel blessed. Exactly. I mean, I just said it. I swear I totally forgot about this sentence. So, yeah, your future self is definitely confirming this message that I really felt intuitively, which is all about them definitely having time to do the things that they love. Sometimes when life feels so serious and when life there's like so much happening, we may find ourselves in a state in which we cannot really dedicate so much love to the things that we love, such as our hobbies, right? And we can feel very stuck, or life can feel very trapped. And it's so interesting how much freedom your future self is bringing honestly into this energy. And a big reason for that is the time. Your future self has a lot of freedom when it comes to time, doing what they love. And this is one of the most valuable things we can truly have, when we have time for the things that we enjoy doing. Now, continuing with the letter, it says, healing my inner child and connecting with them has been one of the most empowering and healing things I've ever done for myself. Wow, yeah. So we have the aspect of inner child in here, and much more than that, healing inner child. And that's incredible. You may already be on the journey towards healing your inner child. Maybe you're even doing it right now. It's beautiful to see that your future self is sharing their success with us and how empowering and healing it feels, because it definitely does. I think everyone who has worked with their inner child and has healed certain parts of it knows how freeing and how empowering it is and how much strength it gives us to be connected to it. And this is the same strength I feel coming forward, or I feel coming through in this reading as well. The letter says, I love bringing the ideas in my mind to life and sharing them with the world. Expressing myself is so important to me. Wow. Your future self, my dear pal 3, is definitely up to something. They're definitely doing something here for them, and they're not holding back. So your future self may have different projects that they're working on, or maybe they're expressing something with the world, offline or online. I feel like there's something they're very passionate about doing, and they're being seen, maybe even recognized for it. But sharing it alone is already like such a reward. So it could maybe be speaking their truth. It could be sharing something they're very passionate about with the world, whatever it may be. It definitely gives your future self a lot of energy. This is something I am getting very strongly. Now, the letter also says, even if life becomes difficult, the storm cannot touch me, because I always create a safe space for myself, which keeps me grounded. Wow. I mean, as we all know, life has its ups and downs, and there are certain things that we can control, but there are certain things that we cannot control. And what I can see is that the things your future self cannot control, the negative energies that maybe enter their life, they definitely know how to maneuver that, or how to protect themselves from that. And also, this aspect of safe space that your future self has talked about. It really feels like if there is some, yeah, turmoil around your future self, they know how to ground themselves in their safe space, and yeah, in a way that the storm cannot touch them, as they say. And this is actually very inspiring. When we are deeply grounded within ourselves, when we know who we are, when we create a space for ourselves in which we are so empowered, little things around us, like, they absolutely cannot touch us. And this is something that your future self has understood, excuse me, here. And this means a lot, because I really feel like, sometimes we think once the storm is over, we can enjoy life again, right? But your future self is living a life in which they're already enjoying the ride, even if the storm is around, because the storm cannot affect them. They are much stronger than the storm. And wow, that's truly very empowering. I truly feel like your future self is actually inspiring us all in a way, when it comes to how we can respond to the things out of our control. We can give in, or we can hold our ground and Wow, your future self is incredible, my dear pal 3. You are incredible. Now, at the end, the letter says, I am attracting abundance into my life. I am enjoying life to the fullest. High vibration only. Yeah, your future self, my dear pal 3, is definitely very aware when it comes to what they're attracting. That's for sure. And they're attracting abundance. I mean, we're all every single day co creating our life, whether we know it or not. The best thing we can do is co create consciously because the subconscious mind has, yeah, a lot of things in it that we don't want in our life, right? But we may attract regardless whether we want it or not. And that's why it's so important for us to become aware of that. And what I feel is that your future self is definitely attracting a lot of things consciously into their life, and they're aware of their power. They know that they shape their reality and that they create it, and what they want to create for themselves is a beautiful life. What they want to create for themselves is something that feels abundant and uplifted, and yeah, is love. Honestly, it is some. I'm hearing it is a life that is true to their authentic self. And the letter says, I'm enjoying life to the fullest. So there is definitely a element of fulfillment in here. And the way it's coming through for me is that this fulfillment is something that your future self has created for themselves. It's not something that has, you know, come down from the sky, but something that they have put so much energy into, so much focus into. Your future self knows what they want, and they know what life it is that they want to create for themselves. And yeah, they were successful because they're living this kind of life. And this could honestly be like motivation for you as well, or inspiration for you to take your attraction power more serious, or your manifestation abilities more serious, because whether we want it or not, we are manifesting every single day. Now, do you want to manifest consciously, or do you want to attract what, yeah, your energies may attract towards you, but you may not want? And that's also why it is so important for us to be mindful of our energies, because sometimes we may be in not a great space that may unfortunately manifest more and more of that. So it's important to stop this pattern. And I really feel like your future self, this is coming from a place of love. They want you to co-create more, and they want you to be inspired to manifest more, because they're showing you that you absolutely can do it, my dear. That kind of life that you have in mind for yourself, the kind of life that you want to live, you are capable of creating it for yourself, of manifesting it for yourself. And yeah, very important, high vibration. High vibration is gonna be such a crucial thing when it comes to manifesting. Oh my goodness, this reading, this has to be my favorite pile. I mean, there is something very unique about this pile. I truly feel like it's almost like your future self is giving their hand to you, and they're trying to lift you up, and they're trying to see how much potential you have when it comes to creating the life that fulfills you. Yeah. You know what I actually remembered? I don't know if you know this quote, but this quote was from Steve Jobs, and I think he was like giving an interview in front of university students, but he said that don't waste your life living someone else's life. And this, I immediately like remembered this because it really feels this way. It's kind of like Your future self telling you don't waste your life living a life you don't like, but start creating the life that truly resonates with you. Yeah, very, very, very inspiring energy in here. Start being the person you came here to be, and don't waste your life being someone that you're not. This is really something that your future self wants to share with you here. Beautiful, beautiful. Definitely, they want to encourage you to be your authentic self more and more, to unapologetically be you. That's what I'm getting. So, my dear pal 3, this is all I have for you guys for today. Now, if you would like to claim this energy as yours, let's go with a let's go with a lion. I was about to say a yellow emoji, but you can also go with a lion emoji, or you can choose anything yellow, a yellow emoji or a lion emoji. Drop it in the comment section below if you would like to claim this energy as yours. As always, if you haven't, I also invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you do, my dear, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload and you pick a card or a candle wax reading. And my dear, as always, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal 3, take care, my dear.